Hi, Robert. This is Michael Kim, and I hope you're doing well. And if you are watching this video, that probably means that you got my package without any issues. And I do appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. And so, just as I mentioned in the sales letter, the reason why I'm doing this video right now is that I came across your site and I saw a number of issues, and I just wanted to share my feedback with you in terms of how to improve your website so that it could convert more customers into paying clients. So, let's just get started here. So over here we have a quick overview of the issues I saw. And we'll just go through with this one by one. But the first one I saw is that your site is essentially just a huge About Us page instead of offering value and selling for you. So if we just jump straight to your website, obviously you have a very bare bones website that it doesn't seem like you use it very much, but I'm sure that if you used your website more as a resource for marketing and selling to your customers, you can bring in a lot more leads and clients. So but anyway, the main issue I saw here was that your website is not really designed to sell, right? All you have over here is that you just have a description, an extended description on your company and what you do and your history. And that's nice and all, but the thing you really have to do is that you need to communicate value to your website visitors so that you can turn these visitors into customers. And you do this through a number of ways, through headlines, by writing a website copy that's focused on customer benefit. And we can definitely talk about that more later. But the second issue I saw was that you're not capturing names and emails of visitors, right? And what I mean by that is that some companies, what they do is that on their websites, they install an opt-in page on their homepage where they offer something of value, some valuable information to their website visitors in exchange for their names and email addresses. And the reason why this is really important is that it allows you to capture leads and nurture them through email campaigns and turn them into customers later down the line, even if they're not ready to buy right now. Because when people come to your website, excuse me, but when people come to your website, you may have some customers that are just ready to buy right away and they'll just call your number. But you'll also have a lot of other customers who aren't quite ready to buy and they're still on the fence and still thinking about it. So for those customers, you have to have a system in place for capturing them, putting them into your system so that you can follow up either by phone or email. And in order to get people to want to submit their information to you, you have to offer something of value, like for example, a pricing sheet, a brochure, a white paper report, anything like that can get them to submit their email addresses to you, and that can give you a big marketing advantage, right? And the third issue I saw was that you just have too little info on your site and no focus on customer benefit. And I mentioned this earlier. But there is hardly anything about your products and what you do, right? If you at least had a separate tab or a set of pages dedicated to just talk about the products, that would be great. I'm sure you're aware of that already. And you do kind of mention what you do over here, the products that you sell. But there's this complete lack of information here. And of course, it's just really essential that you communicate value, like I said before. So if you had headlines that focus on benefit, that'd be fantastic. And the fourth problem I just mentioned, you don't use headlines to capture attention and send a clear message, right? Because when somebody visits your website, they're going to scan your website for just a few seconds and try to figure out what you do. And if for whatever reason there is no clear value, or if the website seems confusing, or they just don't understand, they're just going to hit the back button and leave your website, right? So as soon as they jump onto your website, you need to be able to capture their attention and communicate value. And that's what your headline does. The purpose of your headline is to capture attention and make the person want to keep reading and explore your site even more and eventually make a purchase. The fifth problem I saw was that you have no testimonials or social proof to give you credibility, right? And the same goes for every other business, but there's no bigger asset for a business than to have an army of people or an army of customers who can't do anything but say really, really good things about your business. It's one thing for you to say that your business is great, but it's a completely different aspect altogether when your past customers say that your business is the best, right? And you want to take advantage of that as much as possible. So one thing I would do if I were you is that I would talk to past customers who are happy customers, of course, and ask them for testimonials, and then post those testimonials right on your homepage. And when a visitor comes and sees that, that will give you credibility, that will give you social proof, and make it so much easier to sell. The sixth problem I saw was that your website is just lacking friendly design navigation. And I'm sure I'm not surprising you with any of this information, but this is a very bare bones static web page, and there's certainly a lot of work that needs to be done in terms of creating a greater visual flair, as well as creating better navigation. And like I said, there's just an overall lack of content. That's something we can definitely work on together if you so choose. And of course, the last problem I saw was a lack of call to action. And of course, in order to make, with your website, like I said before, you want to have your website visitor become a customer by placing an order. You need them to take action, right? And I guess over here you have a small weak call to action where you ask them where you offer the quotation form, but that's not very clear at all. It's not very obvious, and it's a fairly weak call to action overall. And so it's really essential that you outline exactly, very clearly, what this person has to do next in order to place an order or become your customer. You just have to make that very clear and obvious. You have to make it idiot proof. And if it's not clear at all for whatever reason, or if the customer has to scavenge through your site just to find this information, then you've got a major problem, right? And those were just a couple issues I found with the website. And we can definitely talk more about this later if you so choose. But this allows us a transition. I really do hope that you took value out of what I've mentioned right now. I hope at this point you're just thinking about all the things you could do right now to really improve your website and hopefully improve the marketing funnel for your business. But I really would like to offer you my expertise in helping you solve these issues. And to do that, I am offering you a free 60-minute consultation call. And it's usually $200, but for you, I'm just giving you this for free just to get started. And basically, we can just talk more about your website, what we can do together to solve the problems you have going, improve your marketing funnel, and of course, there is absolutely no commitment, no obligation necessary. So if it turns out that for whatever reason you don't want to work with me, or excuse me, or you want to do all this yourself, or you just want to hire someone else to do it for you, that's perfectly fine. You can take my advice and do all that if you like. It's no problem whatsoever. But if you are interested, if you scroll down to the bottom of this page, you should see a calendar which allows you to schedule an appointment with me. Or you could always just call my phone number directly or send me an email if you're interested in scheduling an appointment. Whatever works for you. So once again, I hope you took value from this, and I hope to hear from you soon, okay? Have a nice day, Robert.